Is it a part of Japanese that has layers? Yes. You see, verbs have layers. Very good, Inorifiku. ここでクイズです。Can I use your headphones? All right, I'm going to teach you kind of about all this stuff, but just real quick. If you were to say this in Japanese, how would you say it? 日本語で何と言いますか? The Japanese over there that says 日本語で何と言いますか means how do you say it in Japanese? What is it said in Japanese? What do you think? If you're just saying, hey, can I use your headphones? What do you think that is in Japanese? Real quick. And then I'll teach ya. If you're saying, or you're thinking about it, guess what? This is exactly what I thought about when I first came to Japan. I got here and it came to my mind because you don't realize we use this structure like a bajillion times every day. ヘッドホン使ってもらう? Nope. Very close. Very, very close, Zach. That's a good guess. And I really like that you did not say anata or any form of the word you. So jelly points for you. Very nice, very nice. Good job, man. With the verb tsukou? Yes. Yes, the verb would be tsukou. Very nice, Black Star. There you go. Nice, Inori. Very good, very good. So yeah, 使っていい? Can I something? Headphone 使ってもいいですか? Very good, very good. And just so you know, in Japan, they really specify between earphones and headphones. Like if you say earphone, it has to be the kind that go inside of your ear. And then headphones have to be the kind that go over your head. But yeah, some of you guys touched on some of the things that we're going to talk about today. Okay? So I want you to hang in there. いいですか? Okay? So 使っていい? So I want you to practice your pronunciation too, and your pronunciation intonation, okay? You can also attach desu ka to the end of this, okay? So 使っていいですか? You can totally do that, but let's practice what's up there, okay? So 使っていい? Here's a screwdriver. We're not gonna include all the nouns and stuff, but whatever you want. It's like 携帯 driver. You're already holding it, so you don't need to say it. Can I use this? Right? 使っていい? Are you guys practicing? I can't hear you. All right. So 使って. So here we have this thing called te form, okay? Let's break it down. So we have 使う. This means to use, okay? Or 使って. So this te form, this is te form. So te form, for any of you who don't know, basically is essentially it's a conjugation of a verb. So you have all these different verbs, you know, in language and in Japanese. So we have 使う. So this is essentially like the dictionary form. Normally it's 使う, okay? Okay, so we have 使う, and then plus te form, and then plus e. What is e? E means good. It can mean good, nice, like okay. So basically what this is, it's saying use, okay, use plus okay. Is it okay if I use? Now here's the thing about English, and this is why I wrote this little asterisk here. And you hear this all the time. It's like, can I use? It doesn't mean physical ability. Can I eat? So this is not potential, like ability. This is not ability. It's like, can I use it? So based on the verb it is, basically what the ending letter is, it's going to change the way you conjugate it. Okay, so in this one, it ends in an u, and there's always exceptions, remember. So this one becomes, it's ska u. You get rid of the u, and then you add the tte. That's for u verbs, okay? Guys, this is a really important concept for Japanese in general. Verbs, adjectives, everything. There's all these different types of like drop and conjugate stuff. So it's important to understand this type of pattern for Japanese. All right, so this is what you should be taking away from this, guys. This is the main point, this te, okay? So it's the te form plus e, okay? Got it? わかりましたか? 質問ありますか? Does anyone have any questions before we move on to the next slide? I'm going to explain it. This is te form, okay? All right, let's move. So let me explain what te form is, okay? So here we have te form, teke. 日本語でも teke って言うんですけど. So te is kind of a misleading name because it's not just te. It's te and de. Even if you don't know hiragana, you see that these are the same image, except for this little guy right there. Here's how it works. So this is what we would call like the dictionary form, okay? The very basic form. In English, it would be the equivalent of like to speak. So this verb means speak or talk. And here's the conjugation stuff, okay? So you have hanasu, and this is kind of like the polite form. And so hanasu, you get rid of the su, and it becomes hanashimasu. So from hanasu to hanashimasu. This is just basic, okay? I wanted you to see this pattern because this is super basic in Japanese, okay? This kind of conjugation, and it's the same. This is a pattern for you to know. It's the same with te form. So you have hanasu, right? And then instead of shimasu, it's shite. And this is still the same verb, but basically when you change it to shite, it's like the sentence isn't finished yet. But then there's also functions of te, like we see here. Hanashite kudasai. So this can be a command, can continue a sentence. There's lots of things. What I want you to see is how it gets rid of the su and changes it to a she. Sushi. Does that make sense? Do you need more explanation on something? And so here we have Nihongo, which is Japanese. Nihongo de hanashite kudasai. Okay? Let's practice te form. Kanjigate. Conjugate. Ah, conjugate. Okay. You got me. All right. 定型を練習しましょう. But before that, if any of you got English, if any of you guys are interested in custom one-on-one private Japanese lessons, you can email me right at this email. Honestly, I want to help you guys become fluent. The stream is a great way to motivate yourself and to learn a couple things on the way. But if you're really serious or you're thinking about moving to Japan, I recommend doing lessons with me to get you to a place where you don't need lessons anymore. Whatever your goal is, I just want to help you accomplish it. Wants to get me some Nihongo. Rapid fire, okay? So what you're supposed to do is you're going to change every verb to the te form, okay? I want you to change it to the te form, and then I want you to add e to the end of it. I want you to do this with every verb that we do. So yeah, that's right, Brock. So tabete, but add the e to the end, okay? Tabete-i. And I want you to practice that at home. Like, say it out loud. Don't whisper, don't mumble. Tabete-i. And then, guys, here's the awesome, simple thing about, listen to me. If you have headphones, put in headphones and repeat my pronunciation and intonation. Tabete-i. Tabete-i desu ka? You can add desu ka at the end of that if you want. Tabete-i desu ka? Is it okay if I eat this? 21? That's not right. It should be Jude chapter... I almost died. Tabete-i ASMR. So, Inorifiku, he said, tabete-i, tsukatte-i, hanashite-i. The only one you got wrong was the last one. Kikimashite-i. You're mixing polite form in. When you're doing this te-i thing, it's never the polite form. So, kite-i, kite-i. Intonation rises quite a bit on questions like this, right? Yeah. Kite-i, tabete-i, tabete-i desu ka? It's gonna sound weird to us in English. It's like, wow, you really have to be that like weird with your intonation, and yes, you do. Boom. Look at those effects. Tabete-i. Very good, Val. Ite-i. It almost sounds like, let's say you're like talking to your mom or your dad. Yes, there are irregular te verbs, but I wouldn't think just think of them as the exceptions. For example, taberu is an exception. All right, next one. Kariru. And make sure you're practicing everything out loud, okay? Speaking will help you remember it so well. Karite-i. Karite-i. Kariru is to borrow. Yeah!
You're a really good teacher.
Aww. Mino sensei, arigatou gozaimasu. Ureshii na. So we have taberu. This is to eat, okay? Taberu, tabete-i, tabete-i desu ka? Is it okay? Can I eat that? Is it okay if I eat it? Boom. Karite-i. Is it okay if I borrow that? Or like, can I borrow that? Can I borrow that? Let's say your friend has a new Nintendo DS and he really likes his new Nintendo DS. So you say, karite-i, sono DS, karite-i. Rent? It can mean rent. Almost always it's borrow. 帽子を借りていいですか? ダメ. ダメ. Or いいよ. いいですよ. Yes, you can borrow my hat. Next. Are you guys ready? Kiru. Kiru means to cut. Snip, snip. 切っていい? Very good. 切っていいですか? Let's say you have somebody's credit card, okay? And you're going, 切っていいですか? Boom. 切っていいですか? 切っていいですか? Is it okay if I cut this? あ、切って、もう切っていいですか? Is it alright if I cut it now? 切るビル. Alright. 書く to write. Alright, this is also, these are all very basic verbs that you guys really should know. If there are some that you didn't know, that means you need to learn more verbs. 書いていい? 書いていいですか? And just based on the kanji and context, 書いていい could mean a few other things. But this one, you guys are right. It's 書いていい. Very good, very good. Nice job. Now here, Butters, here's もらう. 書いてもらっていいですか? Ooh, look at you, fancy boy. もらっていいですか? Okay, so this is an u verb. Do you remember at the beginning? What was our u verb? It was 使う, right? Oh, you crunky today. Yeah, son. May I? So this sentence right here, もらってもいいですか? So I put the mo in there. It's not necessary. It just makes it a little bit more polite. Like it literally is like if. Is it okay? So we've been doing this, right? Can I write this? Can I cut this? It's like it changes a little bit. Like, is it okay if I? Is it okay if I cut this? Or is it okay if I receive this? Okay. もらっていいですか? You can say もらっていいですか, right? Now I won't accidentally get scammed by some kid in Japan. 助かった. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, can I have your phone? And you're, sure, he just wants to look at it and then he runs away. Don't get scammed by little Japan. Don't get scammed by little Japan. That's today's lesson, okay? Don't get scammed by little Japan. All right, guys, here's a toughie. All right, yomu. Yomu is to read, okay? Just like reading a book. I don't even... He's a madman. Oh my gosh. What is happening? Did you guys like have a secret discussion somewhere? Oh my God. Let me show you the answer to this real quick. It's yondei, okay? So mu becomes de. Mu and gu, there might be others, but I know those two become de, okay? Yondei. All right, this is the last one. I did a weird one, just to do a weird one, okay? And I said they because I'm not really supporting you in any way. Brock, that's crazy. This is such an uncommon verb. Kagu, guys, means to sniff. So if you walk up to somebody and you say kai dei, it means can I sniff you? Please don't say that. Please don't go up and sniff. Kai dei desu ka? Can I sniff you? Thank you for watching my stream.